my carpenter actually suggested doing some storage at the top, so I thought it's a good suggestion. Hi, welcome to another episode of Interior Design with Rae. So today I'm going to show you the completed 3-room resale HDB apartment at Potong Pasir. Okay, it's a very old flat. Okay, I'm just going to show you the completion of the carpentry works and also the lightings. Okay, so let's take a look now. Okay, so right now I'm at the main entrance. As mentioned in my previous video, okay, there's this segregation of the floor tiles to segregate this into an entrance foyer. And once you enter, it's actually a full height shoe cabinet that is facing the main door. And of course, there's this open niche, display niche, where you can have a small spot lighting. And over at this side here, this is a 2-wall lamp which can be controlled by the switch here, so it changes color. You might be wondering how come there's no casing coming down. Okay, because I actually instructed my electrician to hack through the wall here. At this corner is actually the original hole opening or the cable opening. So my electrician, he could insert through the beam. This is actually a beam, and then coming down this way, and then diagonally I asked him to hack through the wall and conceal the casing of this 2-wall lamp. So I think these 2-wall lamps shouldn't see the casing coming down. If not, then it will defeat the purpose of having such a nice wall lamp being mounted on the wall. And over at this side here, you can see there's this it's a streamline track light, and of course the switch is here. Okay, first switch to the dining lights, second switch to the fan, and the other switch will be for this track light. Okay, so this is a very slimline track light. You can see there's a baton light in the middle. So all these are LED, and then 2 small spot lighting which you can shift around and shine, because all these are magnetic fitting, so you can just put it down and then shine anywhere you want. So over at the living side, this is the living. My clients are going to buy the furniture, okay, the sofa, and then they have a standing TV. And I just want to show you this sliding door done by my carpenter. 2 panel sliding and 1 panel fixed. Okay, so the first door will pull the second door. Okay, and it closes into the frame. So you can see there's this very discreet recess handle done by my carpenter. So I did not want to put a metal one. So I told him to just carve out this recess handle. And the glass here, of course, is a fluted glass. So when you open, you have to push the 2 panel inwards. Okay, it has got this soft closing effect or soft opening. And on top here is actually the sliding door pelmet, but because it's quite thick, as there's a 3 panel, well, my carpenter did some storage on top, which I think is a brilliant idea. Okay, so all this can be opened up, not to waste the space. Here as well. So from my previous video, you can see that the top part of this wardrobe is not aligned because of the beam and the cabinet. They are not horizontally aligned. So I told my carpenter to add a wood frame here and then paint over. So I think it looks much better now. And of course there's this track light Okay, so this thread light, you can see the design is a bit more traditional or classic. Okay, and but nowadays you can see that the spotlight fitting is getting smaller in sizes. Okay, let's move towards the kitchen. So before the kitchen is actually the dining area. So this dining table set is going to be placed against the wall. Okay, and then of course you can have a bench or chairs, because if you see here, the space is actually quite wide. And I've already aligned the dining lamp with the dining table. Okay, and before you enter to the kitchen, there's a full height storage with a curved edge. Okay, these are all storage. And over here is the kitchen, right? But this is not an open kitchen because there's going to be 3 panel sliding glass door done by the other vendor. So they are still fabricating. Okay, and because this is a very old flat, the ceiling, the walls, they are not at the right angle. So over here, I added the pelmet. Okay, I told my carpenter to add a pelmet so that the heights here and here to the floor, right, they are the same height. Because it's a 3-panel sliding door, you can't have slanted ceiling and then the door won't be able to close or open, right? You get stuck there. So it's very important that you make sure the ceiling and the floor, they are parallel, same height at each corner or each side, so that then your sliding door will be able to open and close smoothly. Okay, so if you look at the kitchen, there isn't a top cabinet. So my client have bought this 2 pendant lamp, and I've already installed them. Okay, this height can still be adjusted. There's a backsplash wall tiles. Okay, this is a big format tiles, and induction hob. And if you look at the top, okay, this is some box up that helps to conceal the water pipe. Right, you can see there's a water pipe and then some electrical trunking. And over at this side here is the pantry. So pantry cabinet, definitely you need to do a pocket door and slide in the doors. And over here of course is the switch for the light, and then a power point for your appliances. Quite importantly, I think at the pantry area, it's always good to do a pull-out tray like that to give you more tabletop space in case you need it. And over at the far end here is the window latch. My client is going to put the coffee maker over here, and of course there's power point at the bottom. And not to forget, repetition of this wall lamp, which is okay, turn on over at this side here. There is the 2 light over there, the 2 wall lamp, and then at the far end of the house there's another 2 lamp. So I think that connects the entrance all the way to the kitchen. So at the common bathroom, quite straightforward. The wall tiles are 600 by 600, the floor as well. So it's actually using the same floor and wall tiles to make the bathroom more spacious. There's a warmer basin, WC, and that's it. Right? There's no shower over here, but of course you can add a ventilation fan. So just outside the common bathroom, there's this washing machine here, and the storage heater is mounted at the top. Okay, and then you can see that the power source comes out from the cabinet here. The pipings as well. Okay, so what I wanted to do was to conceal all the pipings into this cabinet, including the electrical trunking, so this area will look neater. Just in case if you want to add another dryer on top, you can. And okay, of course if you have any switch here, then you need to ask your carpenter to do a box up inside. So this wall here is actually behind where I've extended out the master bathroom vanity area. Okay, so this is the space, and followed by some storage cabinet, and the fridge. So the fridge, usually I conceal or hide the power point inside the cabinet above so that your fridge can push all the way in. And let's take a look at the master bathroom. So at the master bathroom, there's a vanity cabinet with mirror storage, LED lights. This is a makeup light. Okay, it's a down light shining down. Okay, of course you can turn either one. There's going to be a fixed panel shower screen here that goes up about this height. It's quite a very straightforward bathroom, and the floor and the wall, they are using the same tiles as well. Okay, they are all in that very light beigey greyish tone. So as I mentioned just now, this is the vanity area that I've extended out into the kitchen. Okay, because if you do not do that, then basically you can't have a shower area or a vanity cabinet. If you look at the space here, right, you can't have anything here.